women who are affecting many of you. They are in a very dark condition, and they control and manipulate many of the earthbound spirits who harm others through terror. Many of these earthbound spirits are terrified of these very, very dark spirits. How many of you have seen the movie Ghost? Yeah? The movie Ghost, yeah. In the movie Ghost, you remember right at the beginning when he passes, there's all these darkish sort of critters that come out of the ground and take people away. Well, interestingly enough, even though that movie has its inaccurate moments, that particular thing is quite accurate in the sense that many of the darker spirits influence ones that are not as dark but are still in a lot of fear through this feeling of unseen terror, I suppose you could call it. And so these very, very dark spirits influence others and in layers. And so in the darkest areas of the hills, there's very, very dark spirits. We're on the earth plane, so we're talking about earthbound here. And they are influencing brighter spirits, but still not out of the hills yet, but spirits that are in better condition, because of the fear the spirits in better condition feel of the spirits who are in worse condition. So if you can imagine seeing a person who basically looks terrible physically, looks a bit vampirish as well, looks like they're going to like really evil, you can feel all their evil intentions. And imagine if you passed with fear of that inside of you. So when you saw that kind of a spirit, you'd be highly likely to actually either try and run away from them, but if you couldn't run away from them, what would you do? You'd be tempted to please them. Yeah. And that's exactly what happens when many people pass. They please spirits that are in darker condition. Just like actually, when you think about it, we do on a day-to-day basis here on Earth, we often please people who are in a darker condition. For example, you often see at a supermarket the woman who's in a rage with the person who's doing the servicing, the checkout servicing. She gets more attention than the person who's just kind. And that's because the fear of the person who's the receiver of the anger is so great that they'll do anything to appease the person who's angry. And so when we pass over in that condition, we still finish up passing over in a condition where we're trying to please the anger and rage of people who are now spirits in darkened condition. We're a spirit, they're a spirit, so we're still people, we can still see each other. And now instead of seeing them with a pretty face or whatever they might have seen them on Earth, or not that ugly at least, now you see their condition matches their heart. And so therefore they can look terribly ugly and scary because the condition of their body matches the condition of their soul. And if you saw that person, what would you do?